Adding on to this idea of solutions, we've talked a bit about hardware. I'd love to talk about the software as well. So can you tell me about like what are the most common software stacks people use for working with AI?
The stack again is going to really vary based on what their needs are. But for AI overall, commonly what you're going to have within that stack is kind of starting off with whatever the programming language is, and then choosing which libraries and frameworks are going to be best for them when it comes to the machine learning portion, as Nuri spoke about earlier. And then finally, you want to process that data and then kind of start to choose which visualization tools might be right for you. It might be different analysis tools and more, right? But again, it's really going to be based on like what their needs are. That stack can look so different. It's just really going to be based on what the solution is.
Excellent. Yeah. So all those components seem to make sense. Nuri, can you fill in any of the details on like what people might go for in terms of like sort of programming languages, frameworks, database tools, all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, I think there's like a couple of frameworks already in the market, which are, again, like I will call TensorFlow is one of them. PyTorch is a big framework. And these are really like big foundations. Like as a for example, Intel is now a part of the PyTorch Foundation because we completely support open source and we want the developers to get the best out of the solutions in that. And specifically maybe unpacking where Intel sits on the software, because when I joined Intel, it was like, is Intel in the software business? Like, I didn't know that. So, and I really did my, let's say, deep dive into the topic, and I was really surprised. Like, I mean, especially on AI, I want to highlight two solutions that Intel provides, which is really important for all the developers who are listening to this podcast. One is OpenVINO, and it's a runtime tool for the developers and really helps the developers to deploy the AI solutions everywhere. It's heavily initiated as an edge deployment solution. It's expanded to client. And of course, with our data center capabilities, OpenVINO provides really a wide variety of AI deployment solutions as like a core foundation. And the big thing is the One API. One API is, again, open source, standard-based software that simplifies the programming across diverse architectures so the developers can have the flexibility. You might heard about CUDA, for example. So NVIDIA at 2008 come up with the idea of CUDA and brought the developers, but that's a closed source platform. So like, I mean, if you're a CUDA developer, you have to develop on NVIDIA chipset. So what we believe is One API, it's open source. So you should be able to develop wherever you want. You can deploy wherever you want. So that's giving the flexibility and power to the developers and architects. And maybe the final thing, which I was a part of the launch process, actually, Intel Developer Cloud. So that's a big step forward. So if you think about the innovation journey that we have at Intel, it's really exciting. Like almost every 6 months, you have a new product coming into market, just mapping the pace of the AI innovation. And for example, Intel Gaudi 2, in the near future, Intel Gaudi 3. So whenever that product's launch, it will be first available on Intel Developer Cloud. And it's a cloud infrastructure provided by Intel to developers. People can just go to Intel Developer Cloud, create an account, and immediately try those things without really need to purchase $1 million of hardware. It's like really easy to get access. You can use the platform, develop your solutions, and this applies like the wide variety of solutions, including our Xeon hardware, GPU Max, GPU Flex. So Intel has like wide solutions on the AI. And I'm just connecting the dots, but you can use One API and OpenVINO solutions on top of Intel Developer Cloud, which makes it easy for developers to try before they commit to the platform. And they want to like run, it's just easy port because they have done all the testing development on Intel Developer Cloud. We are not really planning to steal any, let's say, customers from our vendors. We are trying to incubate them in early stage And when they are ready, like Gaudi is available on AWS as an example, they can go to AWS. They can go to Xeon for 5th generation for GCP. So again, like, I mean, those are all the customers that are really have a journey to end their AI continuum.